Hello, welcome back to the Bar Gym Reviews. Today, we're going to be doing our home gym tour. And if you're new here, we are the Bar Gym Reviews and we cover home gym equipment, accessories, and real world setups by using our setup here. And we try to build a gym that actually works. So today, I'm going to give that full tour for the new year for 2026. And this gym has been built piece by piece over several years, about 3.5 years. And everything that I've done in here has pretty much been with purpose, some of it through affiliates, but ultimately, I just keep everything that I enjoy and everything that I use. It's not all just for looks, although I will say I really enjoy the look of my gym. As we are going to go through, I'm gonna just kind of start at one end, go all the way through. I'm going to try to point out as many pieces as I can. There'll probably be a few that maybe I talk about a little bit more that I just love or have a passion for. So we'll kind of just hopefully do it all in one cut. We'll see if post editing me likes that thought. So I do have affiliate links. I do have reviews on my website. I do have blogs on the website, thebargymreviews.com. So feel free to check that out. I also have some merch that we are selling on the website and through YouTube. So please check those out as well. So let's go ahead. Let's dive into our tour and see what we have added for 2026. All right, before we get into the equipment, I do want to talk about the setup because flooring matters, and we've built this entire gym on horse stall mats. They protect concrete, reduce noise, and let me train heavy without worrying about damaging anything underneath. I've added the mats over time, although I did start with about 10 horse stall mats, if I remember right, and I've added mats as the gym has grown, and a future goal of mine is probably going to add a little bit more. So the layout is very intentional on my part. I do heavy barbell movements like deadlifts. I don't have a deadlift platform, although I think I want to because I want to add some banded deadlifts, right? I do have, machines kind of around the exterior of the gym. The gym itself is a little bit under 500 square feet, and I have plenty of open space for accessories, warm up, if I want to do some jump roping or skips. So this keeps the gym very flexible and prevents it from feeling, really cramped and having everything kind of on the outside, as you'll see as we walk around, kind of just make sure that we have that open space for all of the equipment. And don't tell my wife, but I think there's some room for more equipment. So make sure you stay tuned this year to see what I can add. Quick break here because it's the new year. And if your resolution is to train harder, stay consistent, or finally clean up your nutrition, this is where most people fall off the rails. That's why Trifecta Meals has come in clutch for me. They send fully cooked, organic, high protein, designed for people that train. There's no meal prep here. There's no guessing. There's no excuses. You know everything that's going to be delivered to your door, and it keeps you sticking to your plan. If nutrition is the resolution you don't want to quit this year, check out Trifecta Meals in the link below and make consistency easy a part of your fitness routine. Make sure you check that below. Helps out the channel. Back to the video. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's get the 2026 home gym tour started here. And as you can see, as we move into the gym, the lighting gets better. I do have the Bravia lights that you find on Amazon. They're pretty cheap. LED. I like a nice bright space, as you could tell, as I probably illuminated as we came in here. We're going to start off with kind of the corner of the gym. It's not really equipment related. It's more YouTube related. This is kind of the workstation as it stands, not a dedicated desk yet. A fold-up picnic table for all of you. So honestly, I get a lot done here. We just recently bought a laptop to kind of help with the editing. So hopefully the editing get a little bit better, hopefully. I also have a tablet here. We have the tripod stands. We got plenty of those. I use a tablet as a teleprompter to kind of guide me as we go along. I write the scripts out, and then usually we just project here. Right now, we're kind of going freelance, though, with the home gym tour and just kind of going step by step. I also have some stickers here on the bargymreviews.com. We're going to put those on there Also, there are some stickers to be sold on YouTube. And of course, you can always DM me on Instagram. And I'm always up to trade stickers as well. As you can see over here, plenty of stickers from others like Home Gym Harry. So, something that I want to upgrade in the future, which we'll talk about in the video as well. And as we move along, I do have a jump rope kind of chilling up there by my American flag. I use for cardio here and there. Uh, in my opinion, one of the most efficient ways to do cardio. Next, let's talk about my Rep Arcadia. This is a wonderful piece. This is probably outside of like my power rack. This is like the most important thing that I have in my gym. Um, I just love cable movements. It opens up an entire new repertoire of workouts, and it just has that different feel. If you know what I mean, like when we're doing tricep extensions, if you're using a band, yeah, like it feels good. You're still getting a pump, but man, do I really like the stretch at the top of the cable. I feel like it's better on my joints as well, and I just really, really enjoy my Rep Arcadia. I've had it for over 2 years now. It's held up great. I do about every 2 to 3 months, I would say. I do lubricate it with some WD-40 silicone, and that has done wonders for this. But it is buttery smooth with the aluminum pulleys, and it obviously has great bearings in there as well. We do have the upgraded stack, so it's 110 pounds on each side. In the middle here, we do have a few attachments. I will say the one gripe I have with the Rep Arcadia is there's just not a lot of space for storage on the pegboard. So we'll talk about storage later, but the number one cable attachment that's probably used in any home gym, this home gym included, is going to be D handles. I do have the Rep D handles, metal knurled D handles, and those work wonderfully with some ankle cufflets and, of course, the sports utility handle that, well, really doesn't do much or serve a purpose in my gym. One day, I'll stop being lazy and just sell with it. One thing I will point out, please let me know if you'd like to see how I did this, but it's pretty simple. I did upgrade or customize, a little DIY on my end. Uh, the Rep logo, originally it was just in silver. I wanted it to match my power rack, and I like that navy blue, dark blue theme. So that's what we did with the Rep Arcadia. This is not the Arcadia Max, just to clarify with you. The Max wasn't even available then. If it was, I probably would have bought that. But this thing has been an absolute beast. It's something I can use pretty much every single workout. I use it multiple times. We superset a lot of times with like triceps and biceps. It's just a wonderful, wonderful piece of equipment. One of my favorites for sure. Moving on next, kind of in the gym. This is the storage. Not necessarily the catch-all for everything, but most things up here. So when we look here, obviously we have some cable attachments going on. I have some Rep cable attachments, Mutant Metals, the arc attachment, -5 degrees. One of my favorite back movement attachments that I've had, especially in recent memory. And Mutant Metals, always doing great things over there. Absolutely love Mutant Metals. We also have some tricep ropes here. And then, of course, we're a little bit bougie sometimes with the Bar Gym Reviews, and we kind of fanboy out with Rogue products. Make sure you use the affiliate. And we have the tricep, the TR2D from Rogue, which is absolutely unnecessary. This does similar things for a fraction of the cost. New to the home gym recently, I've only used this a handful of times, is the USA made foam roller. This is the ultra firm version. They're not kidding. It is ultra firm, which is great though for working out a lot of those kinks, especially my back. Down below, chirp wheels. I use them sparingly. It is a goal of mine in 2026 to focus on my recovery maybe a little bit more. So hopefully we're going to do that. We do have a yoga mat here as well that we use when you just want to be a little more comfortable on the floor. We also have some, which is also new to the gym, some Rogue wrist wraps, and I've used those in a few sessions already. Those things are beautiful. Up here, one thing I will say, this is a wall control unit. We have 4 panels total. There's 3 here. There's going to be 1 over there. And what I really like is the modularity of it. So we have some shelving here. You can have bigger shelves, smaller shelves. You can move them up and down wherever you please. I like them because like this one has a towel holder, which just to keep the gym nice and clean. I got a little simple green here, spray something down, whether it's, my bench or the leg extension leg curl, I can clean it and it kind of just stores everything. It does the liquid chalk. We got every little thing in there. We even have a little bit of our Therabody in there. Again, need to use that more. More recovery is going to be better for me this year. On the floor, I got a few things down here. I have some uh, Nike Metcon shoes. Those are some flat-footed shoes I really like to use here and there when lifting. Um, I also have a Husky kneeling pad. I have not really shown this on the channel yet, but this is kind of a cheat code. It's pretty cheap, and if you ever have issues, you want to do ab rollouts, or you just want something comfortable to sit on, if you have to do cable rows on the ground, this is a great, great, great little option, cheap option for you in your home gym. Another thing that we have over here, adjustable dumbbells. We have the Nuabells. Love my Nuabells. They are great. I will say it is very convenient how quick that these change. I can go from 5 pounds to 80 pounds in seconds, which is wonderful. I do have it on a Titan Fitness stand down here, which I won't lie, I've kind of neglected using any of the storage on there. It could store things. I don't really use it for that. I will say I wish it was, for me, being pretty short, I wish it was about 3 to 4 inches shorter, because when you got 80-pound weight on here and you're trying to pull it off, it's at an awkward level for me. So, maybe in the future we look to change that or upgrade that. As we move along here, we'll see. We put some mirrors in this year, which has been a great addition to the gym. That's opened up the space. I think I put this in right probably around our gym tour in 2025 when I started the channel back in May. But the gym, it feels so much more wide open with the mirrors. The space has just been elevated from this. And of course, motivation is a little bit higher, right? When you can see yourself curling, deadlifting, doing those workouts, not only is it a form check for you where you can check your form, but also there's just something about seeing yourself do the curls. You just want to do one more instead of leaving one in the tank. As we look underneath the mirror, this is kind of the floor storage portion, which I will admit, this is the best it's ever going to look. We have some kettlebells down here from Nike Strength. We also have a Rogue slant board, the deadlift jack, the mini jack from Rogue as well. We have, a slam ball, the Yes for All special, which is nice and cheap, but also still very effective. And then I still have this thing that is just awful to store, which is that Rogue foot plate that comes with my belt squat trainer. And it's awkward. It's heavy. Man, is it overbuilt. Yes, it works. It works great. It came with my Rhino belt squat, so I'm not going to complain about it. But if I had to purchase this, I probably would have skipped it, if I'm being honest. As we move on, we have more storage here from Wall Control. This is my true catch-all. I kind of just throw things in there. I do have a Rogue triangle grip, great knurling, Ohio knurling on here. I do have a heavy bag, so we got some boxing gloves in here as well. Knee sleeves. We have some lifting straps. We have some more gloves for my wife. We have the ab roller. We got a lot of things going on here. We have our lifting belt that we hang up here. So a lot of storage, but imagine all of this sitting on a box on the floor. It looks so much better up here, even if it looks a little cluttered there. As we continue to move on, more storage. I love using the Rogue Monster Bands, whether it's for a workout for stretching, accommodating resistance. It's one of those things where I feel like, if you haven't used it before, you're not going to miss it. But once you start using accommodating resistance with bands, or you do speed jumps with bands, then you're like, man, I really want to try that. It's not an everyday use for me, but definitely something that I use. Another thing that I use sparingly, but it is really nice, especially when my shoulders are just not feeling it that day. That's using my slingshot, my Mark Bell slingshot. Works great. Love it for benching and for pressing. really saves my shoulders a lot. And then, of course, it just makes you feel good when you bench a little bit more, right? Another thing that I use sparingly, but man, is it a great product, is the UPR Tech bench pad. It is something that I don't necessarily need in my home gym just because I have a Rogue adjustable bench and the padding on that is pretty sticky already. But if you are a person that's traveling or has a bench that maybe has really smooth vinyl on it, this is a great purchase. Make sure you check out the affiliate. I do get a discount code on there as well. And then we're going to move into this kind of corner that isn't used yet, but we'll talk about it briefly. This is an ongoing project I'm looking into. I'm going to add a Rogue monster strip somewhere in here. I'm not sure how we're going to configure that exactly yet. The biggest thing with this is I want to hang some more things up here, get them out of the way. The space really isn't used back here, but I need something that's semi-low profile to the wall. The only thing I'm waiting on with this is I'm going to put it in with some tap cons, but I want to figure out if I should add a spacer off the wall to add more functionality. So I'm going to ask some people in the community, please let me know if you have a monster strip and you did concrete. You put wood on there first, give it a space. If not, let me know how it went. So we have that going for us. We also have down here, can't forget this, another DIY out of me. This is a very simple tool. It's a forearm roller that I made. PVC pipe, an old jump rope, a 25-pound plate. The way this works is you might put it on I put it on my barbell. We'll just use the storage plates. And we come in here and we just roll it just like that. A little bit loud. We just roll it like that. Works the forearms great. I've had that for probably 2 years. So sacrifice a 25-pound plate. Otherwise, works great. All right, let's go ahead. Let's tackle the big boy. Let's talk about the Rogue RM6 here. I'm just going to go around and kind of go through some of the attachments, and hopefully the videographer, my wife, can follow me along, get everything in here. So this thing is a beast. It's the centerpiece. It's my number one. It's the closest thing to my heart, other than my wife and my kids, obviously. But this thing is awesome. I love my Rogue RM6. Could I have gotten away with a light, a monster light? Sure. Could I have gotten away with a 4-post? Sure. But this thing is a beast. I got the space for it, and I absolutely love it. I love the color. I kind of just love everything about it. When I bought it with these sandwich J cups that are kind of hanging out here. Great, great, great. Great attachment. Work well. They are, shimmied in there perfectly. They're not too loose. They're a little loose. I also bought it with these safety straps. I have modified the safety straps. I've used, a $5 pin here just because it's for a towing hitch pin. $5, easy upgrade. You buy, 4 of them, so you're talking $20 or so, because these things are a pain to move up and down, and this just makes it a lot easier because you can release that strap. So it came with that. I have the smooth socket pull-up bar up here as well, which I will admit I don't use it like at all. I use that at my Rep Arcadia because it's got a few different grips. Now, when it comes to the rack, some things that I've upgraded or have added attachment-wise: Go Strong Roller J cups. I have a full review on those. These are great. Love them. Use them all the time. I use them more than the sandwich J cups for sure. We also have 2 different types of collars. We have Rogue, the Oso collars. I believe this is the second version. Love these. I will say, if you're not used to them, they do snap when you open them a few times or when you close them, and they'll get your finger. They're pretty rough. Also, we have the Titan Fitness. These were just too hard to pass up. They spin lock on. If you have them, they're great. And the best part about both of these is they're magnetic. If you don't have magnetic collars, I don't know what you're doing. It's not the way of the future. It's the way of now. Please get some magnetic collars. Moving on, we also have, we have our Rogue / Mutant Metals Ultimate Dip Attachment. This is in its storage position right now, so pretty simple. I'll just put it off right here. We'll go ahead and it just sits like that. This thing is beautiful. It matches my rack number one. It's adjustable. I have a full review on it. I love, love, love the ultimate dip attachment, the UDA from Mutant Metals. I did order it from Rogue, and it came out beautifully. I use this pretty much on every chest day. Do my chest, do my triceps. So love my Mutant Metals ultimate dip attachment. All right, so let's see if we can get a good shot of this because it's always difficult to get a good shot. But I do have a Rogue Rhino belt squat trainer. So with the Rogue belt squat, there have been and there are a drop-in version. There's also the trainer version, right? Which is the one I have. This is the one that goes all the way up and it has this lat pull down up here for back day. And for me, I wanted a belt squat. I always wanted a belt squat just for like deload a little bit, get things off my spine, but also overload my legs without letting my back be that main reason why I might fail a lift. And then they came out with the trainer version with a lat pull down. So now I don't have to buy a dedicated lat pull down. And I absolutely have loved this since I bought it. It was my number one purchase probably of 2025. And I use it constantly. I use it kind of for everything, whether it's leg day, back day. Chest day is probably the only one I skip out on, but I could do tricep push downs or something if I wanted to. And I just love it. With that, I also bought that low row we talked about earlier, the foot plate, but also the multi-roller. This thing is awesome. I love using my multi-roller. I use it for a bevy of workouts, split squats. I use it as a seat when I get myself loaded into my belt squat. You could do it as like a kind of a modified box squat off the belt squat. So this thing just works wonderfully. I use it for hip thrusters. I use it for everything, right? I also have that came with it the Rogue squat belt. I will say I don't mind it. It's heavy duty. It's thick. It's kind of comfortable, but it's not as comfortable and lightweight as my Spud Inc. pillow belt. So there is a full review of those if you'd like to check those out as well. And honestly, this thing is just overbuilt awesome. I went with the stainless steel lat pull down bar here. I will say, I don't know. Like my wife will probably kill me for saying this, but I don't know if I buy another Rogue barbell of any kind, it might have to be stainless steel because this thing is just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I also down here we got some band pegs. We also have the Rogue landmine attachment. Used sparingly. It's not used all the time. Um, it's great piece of equipment though, especially if you're in the landmines. Another thing that we added our shrimp trawler up here. Okay, and this gives us the ability to put on a heavy bag. So this is another great piece. If you are a person that enjoys, maybe a little bit of cardio through boxing, hitting the heavy bag, this is something that's great. I am not a boxer. I never planned to be a boxer, but this is just one of those things, man, it just adds that upper body and total body cardio. And it's been something that, we've used here and there. There's been times where I've had training cycles I've used a lot more, and there's been times I've used it a lot less. So great piece, the shrimp trawler, and of course our heavy bag here as well. If you're wondering, we've had this up for about a year. There's no bend, there's no flex, there's nothing going on. I leave this up 24/7. It's not like I take the bag down. I just leave it there. So that just, tells you what kind of construction we're working with here. So we'll go ahead and try to come around here to the barbell setup. So these are all of the barbell specialty bells that I have here at the Bar Gym Reviews. So we do have dedicated reviews on most of these, if not all of these. And we'll start from the bottom up here, but we have the Rep Safety Squat Bar. Of the safety squat bars that I've had used in my life, I really enjoy the Rep Safety Squat Bar. And it's at such an affordable price. If you're thinking about buying that, of course, use the Rep affiliate. And it's a great, great piece. Next up here, another affiliate of mine, Bells of Steel. This is the curve squat bar. I've used this sparingly as well. I just have so much lower body leg equipment in here with the belt squat, with the safety squat bar. I use this. It's a great piece. It's just not one that I use a lot. I'm actually probably going to sell this one in the near future. So, it's not a knock on it. I just think I like some other equipment better, and it just works a little bit more for me. Next, we have a Rogue product now, and this is the Bella Bar in Cerakote Pink. This is my wife's bar, is the one she uses, so I don't really use it too much. I will say, if you're going to buy a Bella Bar in Cerakote, it is very passive on the knurling. It is something that honestly I feel is very slick. I feel like it would be something that would work well if it was in bare steel or stainless steel, but how could you not get pink? At least not for my wife, right? Next, we have my Rogue Ohio Power Bar, and this is obviously the mainstay. This is the one that's used the most. This is my favorite. Bench, squat, deadlift. It does it all. It looks great. It's my first barbell I've bought for the gym, and it's been here since day one, a little over 3.5 years. Outside of a few nicks maybe on the sleeves here and the collars, honestly, it's held up great, as all Rogue barbells do. Speaking of Rogue, more Rogue here. And this is the Easy Curl Bar. It is in that E-coat. It's worked great as well. I personally, of all the curl bars that I've used in my life, I just feel like these are the perfect bends for my body and the way I like to do biceps. So, if you've tried Reps, I have not. Maybe they're a little bit better, but for me, Rogue is just beautiful there. I would be remiss if I didn't mention over here as well. We do have the deep dish Rogue cast iron plates and some standard plates for change plates up here. Over 500 pounds in total, with the weights, and they're kind of mostly condensed to the RM6, but I do have a few of them scattered around. We also have some flags up. You got to add a little bit of personal touch and flair. We have our Massonomics certified training facility, which I know is important in the home gym community. We are a certified gym here at the Bar Gym Reviews. Massonomics, go ahead. You can tour me anytime. You guys probably do a better job, especially in the post edits, than I do. We have our lovely Michigan flag, even though we are in the great state of Ohio in here. We also have, shout out to Plate Snacks. If you've ever used Plate Snacks, they're phenomenal. I've used them for a few different things now, including my stickers. But we also have a gym banner up here, so it can be official now. The Bar Gym Reviews LLC is up in the gym. And then we also have a Rep Garage Gym flag, which I know it's not a garage, but hey, that's what Rep sent me. So thank you, Rep. I appreciate being an affiliate with you and doing business with you. You need a basement gym flag, though, just saying. The Acular walking pad, this one's on its way out here soon. Not because it's not great, because you'll see over here, I already have a treadmill. I don't have a use for a walking pad, so we're gonna go ahead and I'm selling that to a friend of mine, and they're gonna get great use out of this thing. Also an affiliate, also get a discount code. Make sure you check that out as well. So the Acular walking pad, great for the home gym. Speaking of cardio, you're going to see we kind of have we'll call it a cardio section. The reason we have the cardio here is because my TV's that way, and it's just so much easier for me to hop on the treadmill and do my steady state cardio while walking on the treadmill and just kind of, forgetting that I'm working out, right? So I typically set that at 3 miles per hour or 3.5 miles per hour, a little bit of an incline, and we'll just walk for 30, 40 minutes or longer if I'm feeling it, right? Next piece here, I have a full dedicated review, and I'm going to be a little bit honest. I feel a little slighted by this, that video doesn't have more views, because this piece, honestly, over time, I've just liked it more and more. So my Yasuda Dolphin Elliptical, Now Fed Fitness, uh, also an affiliate. Man, this thing is awesome. If you're looking for an elliptical that is as close to a commercial gym as you can get in your home gym, this is the one for you. Um, I just want to quickly plug that because truly, this was something that they contacted me. They wanted to send it to me, and all I could think was, man, like if they're gonna give me something like this, I just can't imagine it's gonna be that good. They're gonna want me to say good things about it. And honestly, they didn't have to prompt me, tell me any of the features that were great. I tested it and I just fell in love with it. It's a great piece of equipment. Again, I feel like my Usuda video should do better. The algorithm doesn't like it though, but man, this is a great, great piece. If you're looking for an elliptical for 2026, this would be my choice from Usuda slash Fed Fitness. So great piece, low impact cardio. I really enjoy low impact cardio. Another piece that we have here, and this is another lower body. You would think I have massive legs or something, but this is the Titan Fitness leg extension leg curl, the plate loaded version. I believe it is version 2. I've had this thing for about 3 years as well, and it's held up great. Vinyl's held up great. There's no tearing. There's no, you know, issues with the padding at all. It is plate loaded, so it's not as good as a selectorized version as you can imagine. The strength curve is okay. I've added a Rogue Monster band down here. Hopefully you can see that a little bit. And that just adds a little bit more resistance at the portion of the first portion of the movement. But man, I just really, really, really wanted something for leg extensions for the quads, and this has been a great piece. I think at the time I purchased it, it was around $600. I'm sure it's close to that now. But man, it's been a good piece, and it's one of those things where I'm wary of buying Titan fitness equipment, but this has worked out really, really well for me. So no complaints there. As we continue, we're getting close to the end here. We just have a few small things kind of left here. So we have a scale here that does the morning weigh-ins for myself when we do those check-ins. We also have some TRX bands or off-brand TRX bands down here. We also have a bucket of rice. I don't know if you've never tried it, please try bucket of rice training for the forearms, for the grip strength. It works tremendously well. I saw it once while I knew somebody that was doing it, and then I eventually had to do it with some rehab for some wrist and some post surgery stuff. And it's just great, great, great work for that forearm, for your wrists, for your fingers, for that grip strength. All right, another piece of equipment that I really, really enjoy. Another Rogue product here. This is the Rogue Adjustable Bench 3.0, 3.0. I do have the upgraded with the stainless steel aesthetics and the better wheels on there. And it's worked great. I've had this since the gym started. Um, no complaints at all. It's adjustable. I think everyone should have an adjustable bench. It is a little bit heavy. My wife does not like moving it around. I don't blame her. So maybe we look into something a little bit lighter in the future. But man, this thing works. It works great. The padding's held up very well. It doesn't get too dirty. It's pretty easy to clean. So I really do enjoy that. Another thing is kind of like the redhead stepchild. This is a cap dumbbell holder. Um, it holds all the miscellaneous dumbbells that we got in here. You know, the marketplace finds, the hand-me-downs from grandma and grandpa or mom and dad, and it works out just fine. It kind of matches the color. So, I think that's it. Some other things to mention. We do have, surround sound speakers down here. We have smart speakers, so we can add music to there. Although with the kids lately, we just use headphones, so kind of a moot point. We also have a dehumidifier down here to keep everything as pristine as possible. And we are in a gym that is climate controlled, both humidity and temperature. So all this equipment, I'm hoping, is lifetime equipment and maybe ones that I pass down onto my kids later in life. So really, really happy that you joined us here at the Bar Gym Reviews for this awesome gym tour. If there's anything that you saw in the video, make sure you let me know in the comments. And of course, check out the channel. There are dedicated reviews for most of the equipment that we have in here. All right, now that we've had the tour, no gym is ever finished, in my opinion. Here are some future upgrades, goals, and things I just want to add upcoming here in 2026. First of all, I have a wonderful goal of let's get to 5,000 subscribers by the end of this year. I started in May. We have a little bit over 2,100 at the time of this recording. I would love to get to 5,000 by the end of 2026. But hey, let's see what happens there, right? Some things in the future that I'm looking to add is, well, number one, I need more horse stall mats, right? If I add more horse stall mats, then I have to buy more equipment, or maybe more equipment sent to me. Another thing that I would like to add on potentially is maybe a turf strip or some sort of turf. I really want that to kind of do some warm ups, and also I really want to get some sort of sled. That way I can do a little bit of warm ups, and I kind of like doing some knees over toes training where I can walk backwards and kind of do that with a little bit of load. Some more things. I would love it. You guys, you got home gym stickers. You guys got stickers for your channel. You got stickers from events. I would love to trade stickers. We do have stickers at the Bar Gym Reviews. Um, we will be selling them for $5 a piece as well. So make sure you check that out on thebargymreviews.com, as well as on Instagram, TikTok, and here on YouTube. Some things that are going to be a little bit farther out in the future, if unless I blew up as a channel, I would love to get some sort of like two-person sauna. Not one of those like, sit with a tent saunas. Like, I mean a real infrared sauna. Just I really, really want to prioritize my recovery this year. I'm not getting any younger, and recovering is just gonna make things a little bit easier in life. And also, I just kind of went down the rabbit hole and kind of deep dived into, all cause mortality in saunas. I just really think that's something. Another thing that I'm already working on, as you could see as we went around the gym, um, we got to have a dedicated area for more editing, for podcasting potentially, just to make this setup a little bit more efficient for you guys at home that actually view my videos. Thank you, by the way. So I'm hoping for 2026 we can have some sort of podcast site up. I want to get a better microphone. I want to get a dedicated camera, since right now we're shooting this on a cell phone. We're still in the infancy of this thing. So definitely something that I'm looking forward to. And you can help me out in getting those endeavors by, using the affiliate links. If you use an affiliate link, please send me a message on Instagram or send me a message on TikTok or on YouTube. Give me some screenshots. I'll send you out a sticker to say thank you. Also, we do have a membership as well. And all that stuff, all that money is just getting funneled right back into the Bar Gym Reviews LLC. And we'll be purchasing those things, like I mentioned, podcast mics, maybe some cameras, things that will make the content better for you at home. So again, I appreciate that in advance. And then let's go ahead and we'll wrap this thing up. All right, so that's been the full home gym tour for 2026. If you want a deeper breakdown in any of the equipment that I might have mentioned, or maybe I didn't mention, please check out thebargymreviews.com for written reviews, blog posts, affiliate links to help support the channel. But also, I have dedicated reviews for many of the pieces of equipment that I have in here, both ones that were sent to me, or ones that were purchased by me. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit like, subscribe, follow us on TikTok and Instagram as well, and let me know in the comments what is your next home gym upgrade. And by all means, we are still looking on the bargymreviews.com and on Instagram. We have a Google Doc. I'll put it in the description below. And I would love to do a virtual tour of your home gym as well. So thanks for watching. See you guys next time.